the testimony that you'll gain serving the Lord in your time in the mission is unlike anything that you'll have before, definitely. A testimony of so many principles and a testimony of the Lord's work and of Christ's atonement. And I just want to share a few of the stories that have affected my testimony. I have a strong testimony that the Lord, His hand is in your work, and that He will lead and direct you to those that are in need. One of the greatest experiences I had in the beginning of my mission to solidify my testimony that the Lord is with you and that this is His work was the first day of transfers. After my first transfer in the mission, my trainer, who had extended his mission to train me, was sent home, and I was given a new companion, but to stay in my same area. I was not the senior companion, but I was the one who knew the area, who knew the members, who knew the streets, and who knew the investigators. And we went to the rest of the zone. We met our companion, and we were jumping back on a micro, the public transportation that was going to take us back into our area. And it was time to go, have lunch, have our meal for the day. And me and my companion were riding this public transportation, this micro, and had just reached the border of our area to enter into our area. And I knew that we needed to go another, 4 or 5 blocks before we got off that would be at the house where we needed to eat. But just as we passed through our area, someone on the side of the road was, waving us down to get in. And as the micro stopped, I felt instantly this feeling of almost a feeling like we missed our stop. I just felt like, Elder, let's go. And we jumped off without thinking. And quickly, as the person got on, I said, let's go, let's get off. And we got off. And after getting off and the micro driving away, I realized this wasn't our stop. But not wanting to look like I didn't know the area or didn't know what I was doing, I turned to my companion and said, oh, we're still a few blocks away, but I just felt like, we've never knocked these doors, so we needed to knock these doors on our way to lunch. Which in my head, I had made up because I had no idea why I had this feeling of needing to jump off at that time. So we walked across the street and said, let's start here on this house. And it was just on the corner, right at the border of our area, and we really had not ever been to that final road on the outskirts of our area. And we knocked on the door, and we waited, and there was no answer. And we were trying to look inside, and we didn't see anybody home. And I said, well, Elder, let's go to the next house. And he said, no, this is the house. And I said, there's nobody home. And he looked down the street, and about 4 blocks down the street, there was this elderly man carrying grocery bags walking towards us. And as I said, Elder, let's go to the next house, he said, no, wait, that man lives here. And I looked at him and I thought to myself, there's no way you know that. There's no way. It's his first day in our area. And but we stood there and waited. And he walked past, 1 block he could have turned in, and the next 5 houses he could have stopped at, and he just kept coming towards us. And the Spirit was so strong and overwhelming as he walked about the 2 or 3 blocks towards us as we waited for him. And he arrived at the house. And I was just so amazed how he could have known that. How he could have known that that man lived there and that we needed to wait and not move on. And this man, was this happy old man and let us in and ended up ended up being one of the strongest converts that I've had. Read the Book of Mormon within the first week. Like halfway through, we got to the house, and he's like, yeah, I'm already in this, I'm in Alma. And, almost not believing him, we asked him, well, what is it about? What did you like? And he would be able to tell us all about the Book of Mormon and what he's learning. And I just thought to myself, the Lord knew that he was ready. The Lord knew that he would receive the gospel. And somehow, through the Spirit, I was given this prompting to jump off the bus, before I thought we needed to. And as we knocked the door and I wanted to move on, that my companion, new to the area, would receive the inspiration of knowing that he lived there. And that was just a little glimpse of many more experiences that I would receive on my mission, of knowing that the Lord will lead you and guide you to those that are prepared, and that you are called in His name and have the Spirit to preach His gospel. Not every experience, will be that miraculous. You're going to have to find people, through your own agency and effort and sacrifice and hard work. But I know that He will touch the hearts of the people that are ready for the gospel. And that as you live to follow the Spirit, that He will bless you and lead you to those that are waiting